Jordan was just making sure he didn't have shit on his face. What day is today?
Today is Wednesday.
So day 3 for Jordan, day something 6 or 7 for me, I can't remember now. So we are in Valley of the Gods. We went about maybe almost halfway through the park yesterday after visiting Mexican Hat, and we were scouting out campsites, and we think we found a pretty good one.
Yes.
So let's see, here's one of the features, and then we found a little way to get over there. You can't see it too well, but the trail comes up from over that hill, and the trail goes down through this little cut here, and then now you can see the rest of it. It goes on out towards the west side of the park. So maybe we'll hike over and show you how we got in there. It wasn't too bad. There was just one part that was a little bit tippy. So aside from walking around getting some good sunrise pictures, what's the plan for today?
So I think today we're going to finish out Valley of the Gods and start making our way over toward Bears Ears, and then up to Natural Bridges if we don't get stopped by all of the beauty and scenery that we have out here. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of beauty. Yeah, I'm hoping we can do the rest of this park, Natural Bridges, and then there is one trail that goes into the center section of the Dark Canyon.
Right. Yeah.
I think both of those would be great campsites, either Natural Bridges or up into the Dark Canyon area, based on simply on the maps. I've never really actually seen any of these, but that's kind of what it was like yesterday. Is we realized the sun was going down and we wanted to get farther up to the Natural Bridges, but you know, it was too good to pass this up. Yes,
it was a really cool campsite. Unfortunately, it was also temperature-wise was very cool. Somewhere around 20 degrees last night, and with 0% humidity, it gets cool very quickly.
So my very first night at Caprock was probably the coldest for me because I wasn't prepared with clothing, and then I went to Walmart and got some fleece line stuff, and I've been feeling better. But comparing this to like being up on the pass at Kuchara and a couple other campsites, this was probably the warmest so far for me. But then Jordan's just getting started, and he had kind of a crappy first night, stopping off at a rest stop where it was how many?
It was it got down to 14 at the rest stop. 14, and
it was probably windy too, right?
It was very windy, and then the next morning I got up before sunrise and started making my way out, and the big rigs were taking their time and being real easy on the road, so I figured somebody had reported black ice, so we were taking our time, and about 20 miles east of Albuquerque, my truck was showing 1 degree, and I was like, man, if I were to get stuck or stop here, this would be painful. So tried to make it out of there pretty quickly. So this is a little bit warmer, and this week, actually last night was supposed to be the coolest night of the week, so it's supposed to get a little bit warmer.
Cool. All right, we're gonna do a little hiking, try to get some pictures in with the magic hour.
Yes.
And we'll get back with you later.
See ya.
Okay, so we got our camp all put away, and now we're just gonna take a look at the map and kind of figure out what we want to do when we leave out of here. So we got a few maps here to show the general area.
We got Bears Ears.
Yeah, so here's the Valley of the Gods. Here's the loop that we were working on. We're up here, kind of at the northernmost point. And we came from meeting at Bluff. We came over this way yesterday, and we're here right now. So what we talked already was, obviously we want to finish this loop, and then I think we agree that we want to take this. It's funny, this highway has one section here where I guess you have to climb up out of the canyon, and so we're going to head up that way and go up to Natural Bridges. and then from there, it's kind of open-ended, right?
That's right.
So here's another map that kind of shows high-level Bears Ears. This is what it used to be, this whole area, and then here's what it is now, thanks to Trump. It's just this unit and this unit, from what I understand. So the rest of this, I guess, is still national forest, but it's not quite as preserved. But we were looking at this dark canyon wilderness, and it looks like there's a good trail to get out on the middle part, and then maybe get some good vistas from to the east and to the west. So we were talking this earlier, that might be a fun place to go after natural bridges, because out of here we can just head straight up there, but it's an in and out trail. What do you think, Jordan?
I think it sounds like a good idea. I really want to finish out Valley of the Gods. There's starting to be a lot of traffic stirring around here, so we want to get that taken care of, and then actually get off on some trails less traveled.
Okay, so in here, if I go, so once we go up to natural bridges, this is all probably paved. There's a whole bunch of these dotted lines. These are different trails. Obviously we could go way over here to the highway, but instead we're going to take, I'm not sure which one of these, we haven't figured it out yet, but then if we go up, get one page. Yep. There we go. Alright, so now those trails all come up here, and I had this figured out the other day. This is the Dark Canyon area, and I believe this is the center section that corresponds to what I was saying earlier. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, so if I zoom back over here to this map, you see how this trail kind of has like a double circle right there at the end, and then one trail that spurs off to the northeast. Back here, that's this one. So it's got that northeast spur, and then it's got this kind of double loop, and then you can see there's canyon all around it. So that's one that we're targeting. I don't know if that'll end up being a campsite or if that's just something we'll go see, and then we can come out of there. And then the bigger picture plan that I had come up before we met up was to take one of these trails, maybe go do this loop, and kind of head this way. Eventually, after a few days, we're going to end up here in Canyonlands, and we're going to do the White Rim Trail. But you can see there's a lot of stuff we can do en route to get there. Anything I'm missing? Anything you want to add?
No, that's a good summary. Today's is kind of a exploration day. We got a few trails that we have in mind that we really want to see, but otherwise it's whatever catches our eye. And like yesterday, realizing that the sun sets a little bit earlier than we're accustomed to, so being able to find a good camp spot before is going to be a good idea for us today. Get everything set up and have a good hot meal, watch the sun go down, and see the beautiful stars again.
Yeah, I think at this point we just need a few days of not being in a rush and just enjoying the trails that we're on, and not waiting until dark to set up camp.
Absolutely.
Okay, well with that, we're going to head out. We're going to get maybe a few more pictures here. we, Jordan?
It's a very good question. We're up at the top of the Switchbacks that we were taking toward Bears Ears National Park up to Natural Bridges. And we stopped near one of the top switchbacks, decided to get out of the vehicle and walk a little bit. And now we're standing up on top of the outlook, as you can see, over the canyons, the Valley of the Gods. We got Ute Mountain in the background, and then the snow-capped mountains even further behind that. But this is an absolutely beautiful area. And we also found a small place where we can pull off future adventure and do some camping up here on the ridge overlooking the valley floor. This is absolutely amazing. Great view.
I wonder, can you identify where we camped? I think, okay, so I got something here. So look towards Ute Mountain.
Yep.
And then in front of it are two features. The one on the right is the sitting hen, and the one on the left is the rooster. I remember that from the map. So we were obviously off to the left. I couldn't tell you exactly where. You can actually see the main road in between, kind of in this area.
I agree.
So we were off of that towards the left, kind of up in the northern region. But man, just look at that view. That is incredible.
Very, very pretty.
All right, so we got some pictures up on top of the viewpoint bluff, and I just want to kind of give you guys an idea of where we were. I'm being real careful not to drop my camera because it is way hell up here. So that's where we were. And as I pan, you can see way down there where there's some trucks. We stopped there before. That was kind of like the beginning of the road. Here you can see some of the switchbacks. It's actually a pretty tame road. There are plenty of wide spots for passing an oncoming vehicle, and it's super smooth. Like, it's obvious that they take good care of it. Let me pan around here, and you can see there's kind of the nice flat area. And beyond Jordan there, you can see our forerunners and then someone else packing up. So that's where we were able to pull off and park so we can come get this. And then there's just the last bit of the road goes up this way. There's one more outlook area right up there. We're probably not going to stop there. And then one more turn, and then we should be up on top of the mesa, or the whatever this is at that point. Alright, so we're at Natural Bridges National park or monument. Monument. We forgot to do a video when we started, but there's basically, here's the lowdown. There's 3 bridges. We're at the 3rd one now. And just to give you some perspective, that bridge is 106 feet from the bottom of it to the ground below it. And it's 180 feet wide, the gap underneath the bridge. And this is actually, I think, one of the smaller, or at least closer to the ground ones. The other 2 were more like 200 feet underneath the bridge. And then each bridge is something like 20 or 30 feet wide. So if you could somehow get up there, which you'd have to hike quite a bit, but we were thinking maybe you could go up this side. It'd take you some time, but you could get up there. Jordan, I asked him to do it, but he wouldn't do it. I told him it'd be a great photo.
I need a sandwich first.
So now we're kind of done with this park, and let's see, let's go around here. There we go. I don't know how well you can see that with all the lighting problems here. The sun is very bright. There we go. Focus. So we did this loop in the park. We're going to drive back out, and then this orange trail that I've mapped out in Gaia supposedly splits right through Bear's Ears, and then we're going to head up. Is this still the plan, Jordan?
Yes, I concur.
Okay. And then this dark canyon lookout trail that I created will put us on the west side for a good sunset view. I think we might end up camping there, unless it's hard to tell how quickly we can roll through this. But that's almost 19 miles from here out to the end. So it just kind of depends on what the condition is of that road. And
from our current location, you can see Bear's Ears off in the distance.
Yep, there they are.
And then, thanks to Gaia and a little investigative work, we figured out that the snow-capped peaks are Mount Ellen.
Here, will you zoom in? I'll figure out what they were again. Mount Ellen Peak is the tall one. It's 11,467 feet. And it's the Mount Hillers Wilderness area.
We're estimating it's 80 to 100 miles from our current location?
Yeah, that's just a guess based on the scale.